Places once full of life, designed for fun, built for joy, for laughter, for happiness, juxtaposed with haunting images of decay, of abandonment. Abandoned amusement parks, to many, are fascinating studies of architectural and social ruin. Once joyful beacons of light, now in their darkest hour. To the east of Osaka, Japan, in the Nara prefecture, lies the former site of one of the world's most well-documented abandoned amusement parks, known as Nara Dreamland. The story of Nara Dreamland dates back to 1955, with the opening of Walt Disney's visionary Disneyland Park in Anaheim, California. Shortly after the park's opening, Kenizo Matsuo, a Japanese entrepreneur and president of the Matsuo Entertainment Company, traveled to California to experience Disneyland for himself. As Matsuo traversed the walkways of Disneyland Park, experienced the attractions, and immersed himself in the park's story-centric environment, he was enamored and inspired to adapt a similar concept for his own country, a Disneyland-like experience for Japan. In 1959, Matsuo approached Walt Disney himself with the idea to build a park in Japan's first permanent capital city, Nara. And together with Disney, they acquired land, drafted a site plan, and began construction. But shortly after construction began, the two parties would become embroiled in a licensing dispute involving use of Disney's intellectual property, thus halting the project. The two parties were unable to reach an agreement, which would see the Walt Disney Company walk away from the project altogether. But still with a plan in place, Matsuo and his company would manage to raise enough capital to restart the project, which would lead to the opening of Nara Dreamland on July 1st, 1961. The enormous complex emulated some of the most iconic aspects of Walt Disney's original park. And throughout the 1960s and 1970s, the park was wildly popular. At its height, the park would draw as many as 1.7 million visitors annually. However, the Walt Disney Company's push into the Japanese market would finally come to fruition with the opening of Tokyo Disneyland in partnership with the Oriental Land Company on April 15, 1983. Almost immediately after, attendance at Nara Dreamland would be significantly impacted, with the park experiencing steep declines through the end of the 1980s and into the 1990s. In efforts to stabilize their market position, Nara Dreamland would continue investing in new, thrill-oriented attractions throughout the 1990s. But despite the addition of larger-scale rides such as the Asuka wooden roller coaster in 1998, the final blow to the park would come with the opening of Universal Studios Japan, just 25 miles away in Osaka, on March 31st, 2001. With attendance numbers continuing to decline year over year, the park would become insolvent and would permanently shut down on August 31st, 2006. Among the park's most notable attractions were the Asuka wooden roller coaster and bobsleigh, a steel bobsled-style roller coaster that wove in and out of an artificial mountain. The ride was designed to mimic the famed Matterhorn bobsleds at Disneyland Park in California. Other attractions included a version of the famous Jungle Cruise, a monorail, a shooting dark ride, a haunted house, a water park, a carousel, and several spinning carnival-type flat rides. Ironically, the park enjoyed more international notoriety after it had shut down. The abandoned amusement park remained almost untouched for a decade after its closure, attracting curious urban explorers and photographers from around the world. While the site was ultimately demolished sometime between 2016 and 2017, we're lucky to have an abundance of haunting images preserving the park in our collective memory. If you were to visit the site today, you'd find a bulldozed land parcel and would be hard-pressed to find any evidence of the failed amusement park. Unfortunately, Nara Dreamland is dead. My name is Scott, and thank you so much for watching. We're a group of curious and passionate humans creating documentary-style content for those who share our curiosity, ask questions, and seek to dig deeper in a world where almost everything isn't quite what it seems. We are Mystery Syndicate. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and visit our website at www.mysterysyndicate.com. And don't forget to like our videos and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. From all of us at Mystery Syndicate, thank you again. We sincerely appreciate your support.